It's the NFC Championship game, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through New Orleans. It's the Seahawks and the Saints under the lights on Sunday night.
The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Coming up tonight as we close another Sunday of football, we have a fantastic matchup for you between the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints. Hello to everyone watching. Joined by Brock Heward up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And in a while, we're going to find out the answer to a question that fans have been asking for nearly half a year at this point. Who is going to represent this conference in the Super Bowl?
All of these coaches and players preach all season long, never look ahead. Can't do it, right? You've got to focus so much on the present. But you know that every man out there is so aware of what's on the line today and where they could be playing in 2 weeks. It's going to be a game-long challenge, no question, to keep the focus on the right here and the right now. Once you've got a win iced away, then you can start entertaining those Super Bowl thoughts and those Super Bowl realities.
The Hallis Trophy and a date at the Super Bowl await one of these teams as we begin the NFC Championship game. And this drive will start inside the 25. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. And we're going to look at their QB. I know my partner Brock Heward's excited about this guy, one of the league's few lefties at the position.
And even if he's still pretty early in his career, we know he is perfectly comfortable and settled into this spot as the be-all, end-all for this offense. Every time you take the field as a quarterback, you know you're gaining experience. You're getting more comfortable in the role. And as he goes forward, he tries to learn and take something away from each and every one of these moments.
Throwing to start this game. Pass complete to Cook. They're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3. Taken in by Noah Fant. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Encroachment, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early. Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter 1st and 5. Running back sent in motion. Cook calls it in. And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the gun, Johnson. And they bring him down around the 34. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down. Looking for a throw here. He finds Fant. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 28. Connects with Johnson. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Connects with Cook. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Going with Johnson here. And defenders continue to swarm over to get him at the line. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Johnson up the middle. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Riley Patterson ready for the field goal try. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Koo able to put it through. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. So now we're going to look at the other offense as the Saints take the field. And they'll be let out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
And he doesn't have the advantage he usually does coming off a bye week. Both these teams came in here well-rested after a Sunday away. Of course, that means an extra week of prep work for this defense, too. So he's got his work cut out for him to find ways to attack them today.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Has him on the quick hitter. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
From the gun on 3rd down. On the move, headed right. Into the hands of Pitts. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. 1st and 10 from the 41. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Back-to-back carries here. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Pick up a 5 on that play. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. We're 1 quarter into deciding who's going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Just 3-0 is our score. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're back for the 2nd quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Takes out a 1-stop. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. Moving the ball very well out of the gate here. It's set up now at the 26. Play action on 1st down. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down. Working inside the red zone. Chased out to his right. This throw is caught. Touchdown, New Orleans. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on an opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shape the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Tony now to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Seahawks taking the field for their second possession. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Gets this to Johnson.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Connects with Fant. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. They're set up at the 35 now. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Stays. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. He finds Johnson. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
That's what they call staring down the gun barrel. You know as a quarterback, you're about to get absolutely blasted, but you've got to deliver an accurate throw just like that.
To the air, 3rd and long. Complete, it's Myers. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. Seahawks bring it out the punt team. And no doubt he wants a good start for himself here in prime time. And he can't dig him out from deep on their own side. He stopped inside the 10. The Saints and their running back about to get back to work. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Saints will get set to take over. Escapes a defender. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up the takeaway.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw now. Pitts brings it in. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Now looking to throw. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. That holding penalty is going to make 1st down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. Escapes the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Impressive play, but they are well shy of the first down. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Back to throw. Oh, he put some heat on this deep. Wide open, downfield. Got it! And he flips the field for them before being taken down. To the air now on 1st and 10. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. He'll throw it yet again. He's on the move. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up 3rd down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover, wisely throwing it away.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Cut near the goal line. It's a New Orleans touchdown. To rock this offense, looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
And when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Bates now for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Saints drive their lead to 11. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Tony now to return it. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half. First and 10, they're going to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. That's halftime. Only 2 quarters standing between one of these teams and the NFC spot in the Super Bowl. Now we'll send you east to our studios in Orlando. That's where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to bring you the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. Which one of these 2 clubs is going to be Super Bowl bound? We'll find out in just a little bit.
But first, let's look back to the AFC Championship game held earlier today. And it is the Las Vegas Raiders who are heading to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this NFC Championship game. With that, the 2 squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to Kate Scott and Brock Ewer. These 2 teams making their final adjustment for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Ewer.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. The Hallis Trophy awaits one of these teams, partner. Just a half to go as we're off in the 3rd quarter. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So following the return, looks like somebody's shaken up. Trainers have to determine how severe this may be. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Handoff now out of the gun. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run. And that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
3rd down from the gun. Rolling left, buying some time. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. We have to take a timeout, though. There's an injured player, and it looks like Kyle Pitts is the one the training staff is headed out for. They go play action on 1st. Buying some time right. On the run right, throwing deep down. Oh, shouldn't let that one go. It's intercepted. Rick Woolen with the INT. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the 2nd half. You have all that data from the 1st half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the 2nd.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Pass play coming here. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Setting up a throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. Gets this one away from a tough spot. Backed up inside the end zone. And the fair catch is made just about a yard or 2 short of midfield. So no return on that punt. And it'll be their football. Handoff now from the gun. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down. Throwing from the gun. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's got it near the 8. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Well, you don't normally get that type of outcome on a slant. You're just looking for a short yard gain to find the right type of athlete with space to work before and a perfectly placed ball.
And he falls through the defense for a touchdown. The Saints make it a 3-possession game. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second-effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
Point after up and good from Bates. And the Saints push their lead to 18. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense running out now. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Yep.
First and 10 now from the 30. Oh, love this. He gets another one. Keep feeding that fullback, baby. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. From the 38. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. Takes the handoff, now to throw. He puts some juice on it. That's grabbed inside the 30. There it is. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. The Saints are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it from the gun. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here's 2nd and 7. Dump off caught by his back. Continuing to move past the 45. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Throwing now from the gun. Taken in by Shaheed. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets up the first. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Escapes out to the left. He's keeping it. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there, no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
And he's going to take this only to about the 31. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Throwing off the play fake here. He rolls to his right. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up. Out is Jake Bates, ready to try to knock this through. This from 48 on the left hash. Bates' kick is up and good. And that extends their lead to 14.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lot. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Tony now to return it. He takes a pop, and the ball comes out. And the fumble recovery is made.
These guys are flying down the field. Reminds me of the guys in Braveheart. But different than Braveheart, these guys got 2 things on their mind. Number 1, get the returner down. And number 2, try to separate the ball if they can. It's rare that it happens, but boy, is it big when it does.
Just a quarter left before one of these teams punches its ticket to the Super Bowl. It's the Saints with the ball, trying to keep their... Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. A give now from the gun. Jukes one defender. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have first and goal. Working inside the red zone. Flush down now to his left. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints have likely locked up the win right there. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith. Right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. His return makes it up to the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Oh, putting him in the spin cycle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. That pushes him back. Third down coming up. Dropping back to throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Colson Adebo's got it. And the Saints are going to take over after the interception.
I know he started to play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good. Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles and he chewed up yardage in the open space. We'll make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion. I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
An 8-yard pickup, and now it's second and goal. Running for it again. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Saints keep at it. Bates now for the point after. And it's off the mark. The kick is no good, but I think they can spare a point or two given the size of this lead.
Come on, man.
So following the missed point after, the chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Seattle offense eager to get back on the field. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Smith and Jigba there to grab it. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out. After a good pickup, they've got second and 4. Back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Still on the move, coming to the line for first and 10. They're throwing it. Cook calls it in. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Pass complete to Cook. And he gets across midfield and into Saints territory.
That is a textbook first down completion. It sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Connection made to Smith and Jigba. And he goes out a little short of the 40. They get 6 and a first down as well. Still sticking with the passing game. Throwing this back in the end zone. And he makes the play. It's a touchdown. But hang on a second. I spy a flag out there, Brock. This could erase that score. Okay, Brock, I think the official double and then triple check this with their coach. But yes, they are indeed choosing to decline the penalty and letting that touchdown stand.
Kate, if there is ever a moment that defies all explanation on the football field, that may be it.
With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick. And no problem for the Saints. They cover it up. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point of the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
And he's taken down on a short run that gets inside the 35. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. They'll try and throw it here. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Saints, well, they can probably just run away and hide. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Here's a give inside to Gainwell. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. They'll run here, following the penalty. Launches, and he's got it! Touchdown! The Saints put up even more points in a win. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Bates tacks on the extra point. And the Saints grow their lead yet again. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Kickoff taken at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Seahawk offense ready to get going once again. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They go play action here. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Just trying to get my
No
guys
dice
out
on that
here.
prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They're going play action. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Now they'll throw out of the gun. A bit of desperation on this thing. Big gain downfield. All the way. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks Seahawks making the scoreboard look a touch better. Patterson tacks on the extra point. And the Seahawks still have a lot of work to do, Brock. It's a 20-point difference now. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Nixon now to return it. And look at this return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. They've got first down from the 31. The Saints come marching onto the field. And they should just be able to kneel out what time remains. There's 3 timeouts defensively still available, but using them is not going to alter this outcome. The big play nets them 17 yards. And the Saints are going to have a first down. They stick with Gainwell. Juke the defender. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
Huh.
That's good for the Saints.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Headed out right. And this is into the end zone, but incomplete. It was a win no matter what. They decided, hey, let's try for another touchdown to knee it out. Either way, this one's over. So it's a win for the Saints. And one last huge step has been taken, partner, as they claim that Georgetown's trophy as NFC champions. And now just one step and one trophy remain. 2 weeks from now when they take the field in the Super Bowl. With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from New Orleans.